Hey everybody, this is Craig Cottle back again for a motivational Tomahawk Tuesday. I had a lot of feedback from last week, so we're going to make sure that we make a good series out of this. And I've got another good story for you. Now this story has been attributed to Genghis Khan and any number of different leaders. And I think it's taken on one of those legendary statuses where I don't know if it was actually Genghis Khan or somebody else or if it's totally made up, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. The story is The King and the Hawk. The story goes like this. There was a king, and he was an active king, meaning he was active in the military. And he had been out with his armies for so long and taking over so much land that it had been an incredible long time since he had been home. And they were getting to the point where they were about to finish this battle, and they were going to win. And the interesting thing about this particular battle was that it was back in a homeland where he had grown up as a boy. Now, the story goes like this. As the battle was winding down, the general told his top lieutenants, hey, listen, when we get done, I know the men are hungry, I know they're thirsty, we're going to take an extended break. I know where there's a fantastic stream, a spring that comes out of the hillside, and I'm going to go take everybody to it, and we're going to break there and have a wonderful break. So the battle was over. He sent his lieutenants down one valley, sent another lieutenant down another valley, sent another lieutenant down another valley, and he went to the area that he thought it was. He was on horseback, and the interesting thing about this king is he had a hawk that rested on his shoulder all the time. And this hawk would fly around him as he was traveling, and it would pick up food like squirrels and small game and bring them to him. And it actually, from the way the story goes, could report back to the king on what it could see on the battlefield. Now what happened is he released the hawk was circling around him, and he went down this valley and he found the spring. However, the problem was where he found it, it was at the bottom of the hill, and it was only coming out in a drip. So he got off his horseback, got into his possibles bag, and he put his cup underneath the drip. And so the water was dripping slowly, but surely into his cup. And it took forever. And as it was dripping in the cup, he looked and noticed that the hawk was flying around, and she had nestled herself in a sycamore tree. And as she was nestled in this sycamore tree, the cup finally filled up. So the king reached down, got the cup, got ready to drink it, then boom! The hawk came in, destroyed the cup, knocked the water out of his hand, and it went everywhere. He was like, what is she doing? Had no idea. So he picked the cup up, put it underneath the drip, and guess what? Slowly but surely, water dripped into the cup. And as he was doing it, he looked and saw that the hawk had landed in the same tree again, was preening herself, wasn't really paying attention. So he picked up the cup and was about to put it to his lips, but he'd been impatient because there was only half a cup full of water now. As he was drinking, boom! The hawk came in, knocked it out of his hand. He's like, what is going on? Couldn't believe it. He was really upset. So he did it again. Took the cup, put it underneath the drip, and you know what happened, right? Slowly, but surely, the cup filled with water. He had taken so long, and he was very upset. So unbeknownst to the hawk, this is what he did. He pulled out his blade, and he waited. And just as he was about to drink, he looked, and he saw the hawk had come off the perch and was about to hit the cup. And just as the hawk was about to hit the cup, he thrust up his knife, the hawk slammed into the knife, and he killed her. Now, at this point, he's become incredibly impatient. So what he decides to do, he's just going to take his cup and he's just going to go to the top of the hill where the spring starts. So he picks it up, he takes off, he goes up the hill, he's climbing, he's out of breath, he's pissed off because he's killed his favorite hawk that's done so much for him, and he finds a pool of water much like we see right here. And as he sees that pool of water, he bends down, he gets ready to stick his cup into the water, and he realizes that there's a dead, venomous snake in the water. The moral to the story is this. The hawk, because she had flown around, she knew exactly what was going on. She knew the snake was in the water. She knew it was tainted water. She knew that if the king drank the water, it would kill him. So she was doing her best to save her king. The king, out of his anger and his bitterness, if you will, was so upset that he killed the hawk. Tragic story, right? What's important for us to learn from this, from a survival perspective, is that we can get focus locked on a number of things. If we get focused on the fact of something that's making us angry, we cannot think clearly. We cannot put rational thought to what it is that we need to do. In business life and home life, it's no different. If you get focused on the things that are upsetting you, you can't have the situational awareness that you need to make appropriate decisions. Don't be like the king. Relax. See things that are problems not as problems, but as opportunities. See what you can do with a situation that's being a problem for you and make it work for you instead. See if there's a reason that the person that you work with that you don't like is the way that they are. Is there a way that you can make that relationship better? Is there something wrong with what's going on with your relationship at home? Whether it's your kids, your spouse, or whoever it might be. Is there something about that relationship that just pisses you off? That if you sit back, you're relaxed, and you look at it, you can figure out how to make it work. Don't let anger guide you. Control yourself and do not let anger guide you, but you be in control of yourself. This is Motivational Tomahawk Talk with Nature Reliance School. As always, come on, join in. Let's learn together.